Alright, my fellow Aries or Aries cross-watcher, this is going to be a video for us. It is a video for us because it is the third or fourth video that I've done in the past couple of days. I've just been, I don't know, I've been tired. I've been adjusting to like family situations going on. I've been open about everything. Just finding the balance between sometimes when something comes up in your life, another thing in your life has to give. Something has to give. You can't equally give to everything. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's family over work, or sometimes it's work over family. Like one has to be sacrificed. You know, we all go through that. And maybe you guys have gone through that recently, but I certainly have been there. And also taking care of me, like being able to balance everything at once. It's just I haven't been able to do it. So it's like which one has to take a back seat or a back burner, or which one do I need to take a step back from or a break on or something like that. Some of you, it could be relationships. You may take a break on your relationships because you have to take care of yourself for now and not worry so much about your partner. Something here, some of you have probably had to sacrifice, or you're coming into that energy where you will be sacrificing a bit of your time in one area or a couple of areas because you are needed over here. You know what I mean? Whether that's you've needed more sleep. So when you're resting, you can't be spending quality time with your partner, or spending quality time with your children, or working all the time. You know, it's like, no, I need sleep, I need to recover, I need rest, or something, you know. I, for one, have been feeling extremely tired. I mean, like, very tired. Yeah, I'm doing a whole lot more right now, but I feel like I should still have the energy. So it must be something going on with the planets. I don't know. Maybe it's something going on with Mars, our sign. I don't know. Maybe you guys have been really tired. I've been super tired. I've just needed to take a back seat. Yeah. But nothing too stressful. Like, I don't feel stressed. I just feel like, sometimes you need to step away. You guys also may be moving your work environment, whether you're changing jobs or you're staying with the same job, but you're, instead of like working where you usually work, like I usually record where I live, but right now, currently I'm temporarily living here. So I'm having to change my work environment to be conducive to kind of, you know what I'm saying? So like some of you, your work environment will be changing, whether you are quitting something you're doing something different, or just changing. Maybe you're changing the office around, or you're changing maybe even your living environment, especially if you work from home. So that could be changing. There's a lot of adjustments that are going to be made, Aries, for us, I feel. If you're not already in the middle of making adjustments with a new move, planning a move, moving in the office, moving work, changing jobs, starting one, quitting one, moving departments, scenery. Your scenery is going to be changing, and there will be sacrifices that need to be made, and there will be times when you will need to take just a few days here and there, maybe even a week, off from something, or stepping back from something. You know what I mean? Now, focusing in the love department for us, because I know a lot of people, they more so like to watch these for love. So it feels like it's taking a back seat, really. If you're single here, love's taking a back burner. It's a back seat. You guys may even feel a bit foggy headed in the near future if you don't already. Maybe you're getting little headaches or tension in the head, or feeling a little bit more woozy than usual. It's just everything kind of going on. Something to do with pressure in the head. Vision even too, because it's really bright right now. I just feel like squinting. But yeah, so singles here, it may be taking a back seat. The love life for a little bit. People may be wondering where you are. You've gone MIA, you're not talking as much, or blah, 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 blah. They could even end up feeling a bit disappointed because they could be rather excited about you, but you also have a lot of shit going on. You know, if you're planning a move, that's big. If you're not planning a move, but you're just having to move back and forth, like what I'm having to do right now, that's a lot. That takes up all your time. You know, if you have family issues and things like that that you have to attend to, I mean, you don't have to, but you're going to because you love. So, romantic love will take a back seat. Work may even take a back seat. Some people will understand, some won't. So in the love department, some people will understand, some won't. Same thing, same thing in the work department as well. If you're in a relationship, same type scenario. your partner may be feeling like they want you to choose them more, and you may be like, I do nothing but choose you, and right now I'm choosing my children, or right now I'm choosing my child, right now I'm choosing work, right now somebody's got to pay the bill. Like, let's say that. Okay, wow, that just came out. So, you know, there could be issues, maybe even in relationships here, where it could be a little bit only for some people here, and it could be because it's like, I'm hearing the song from The Wizard of Oz where Dorothy goes, "Wherefore art thou, Romeo?" Do you guys remember that? It was like a short little part in the movie. I don't know, and they might have taken that out. Wherefore art thou, Romeo? It's like, wherefore art thou? Oh, I did something like that not long ago. I think that was for Scorpio. So you could be connected to a Scorpio, or maybe if someone feels like you're kind of pulling away, something like that. Relationship issues. And relationship issues will happen when something has to be sacrificed, like the relationship or time together may have to be sacrificed because somebody's got to pay the bills. Because maybe one person is down and out, or one person is unable to bring in the bacon right now for whatever reason. Could be health problems, could be maybe they're suffering from a mental illness. You never know what it is. So, but that would leave the other partner to have to take it on. Now, if we had a single parent here, there is going to be hardly any time for love, if any, and I mean romantic love, at least during this time. And it's because that parent is taking on the job of two people, taking on the job of the masculine, taking on the job of the feminine, and having to do it all. You know, I'm talking like everything. And not that usually this person probably can handle it pretty well, but just during this time, you know, we also have to take care of ourselves. And so then if you're tired, I mean, good luck sleeping when you need this sleep, because it's like, well, someone's got to work, someone's got to do this, and you got to cook, then you got to clean, and you got to work on the homework, then you got to, if you're single here, meaning no children, none of that, I still feel you being busy and having to pick, you know, having to pick almost, having to choose one or the other. The thing is, you don't seem unhappy to me, Aries. You just seem rather busy, like you're about to get even busier. You almost seem like it could threaten to get overwhelming for us if we don't balance and organize our time wisely and make the appropriate sacrifices, temporary but appropriate sacrifices, things like that. I feel like you're on a tightrope. That's what I feel. I'm seeing the collective of my fellow Aries out there. Now, this could be for cross watchers as well. If you were trying to click on this video, maybe there's something here. So I see Aries kind of on this tightrope, right? But you're on one leg. You're not even on but two legs. You're on one leg, and you don't have a harness. You don't have anything holding you up to a rope above you. You're just like free balling this. You're just kind of like, whoa, 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 whoa. I mean, having fun doing that, because we kind of like living on the edge. We can handle a lot of pressure, believe it or not. Aries, we actually work better under pressure, even if we don't want it. We work better under pressure, but sometimes it can get to where we're like, okay, fuck this, and we'll just like free fall. You know what I mean? So if something does end up having to take, like if you end up having to sacrifice something, Aries, your type of sacrifice here, this is not for all of us, and it depends on what it is. Your type of sacrifice might be like, fuck this, I'm done. You know what I mean? And you might just outright just leave it. So if it's a person, you might outright just give up on it. And it depends on how deep you are invested in it. And it's because something's got to give. Something's got to give. Is that the title here? I can definitely feel the tension and the pressure. I can feel where it's like, oh, we just want to sleep. We just want to rest. We just kind of want to think for a minute and gather ourselves together. Because I can barely see this video right now. I can barely see it. It's extremely bright in here, and I feel like I'm getting a headache from squinting. I don't know if you guys can tell I'm squinting, but I am squinting. So, yeah. There's so much pressure, so much light. It's almost like overwhelming, you know? And then having been, 3-4 days now, even though it hasn't been, I've done the work, but something said it wasn't right. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to surrender to this process. I knew this was coming, so I'm surrendering to it, and it just kind of is what it is. I definitely sense some of you being there, like your work taking hits, because unless it's vice versa, because you're being there more for your family, or you're being there more for your children, or even yourself. It depends, you know. Think about how much of society doesn't do that, because really they can't. I mean, well, they can, but they can't. So they choose money over taking care of their family. You're not doing that right now. I think and maybe you've done it for a while. I don't know. I have no clue. But it's like, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I do want to be more, I don't know. I feel like you're choosing at least specific people in your family. It could be your immediate family, and maybe your spouse or your partner if you're in a relationship. It could be your children, obviously. It could be, you know, your mom, dad, aunt, uncle, anybody, something like that, siblings. It depends on your relationship to them, but you could be choosing people, those individuals, and being closer to them and spending more time with them, being more of a help to them in the near future or right now than, you know, your work. Like they really need you right now. Something like that, you know. But yeah, I don't, you know, I could sit here and try to focus, and that's what I want to do. I want to focus on romantic love here, but do you notice I'm really not getting it? I'm really not getting it. So I don't know if my singles who might have been talking to someone, and those in relationships, it almost feels like, look, something's gonna have to give here, and unfortunately, it's this, you know. I can think of a couple of examples, you know, like let's say you have a partner here, you have two people who are together. This is just the first thing popping in my head, and someone's partner is, well, maybe this partner has some type of an addiction or a mental illness or something, and this partner needs their partner a lot because of this, and that partner is always there, right? Let's say you're the partner that you're always there for this person, your partner, no matter what it is they're struggling with, whether it's an addiction, a mental illness, whatever. Okay, like you've been there this whole time, but now you have a child, one of y'all's children, or if it's a blended family, your child, their child, whoever, a child in the connection really needs you guys, or a grandchild, or somebody else in the family, maybe your mother, your father, your sibling, your niece or nephew. Someone else needs you more than this person. This person being your partner. Not that you don't love your partner, but it's like, look, I'm going to have to kind of sacrifice how much I've been there for you. You're just going to have to take care of yourself now. You're a grown adult, and I know that things are, you know, I'm in this with you, but also this is a child's. You know what I'm saying? This person needs me, and I've been spending all my attention on you, and doing all this, and this, you know, it's I've been sacrificing over here because I've been doing all this. Now, some of us have been sacrificing time with our children, or with our families, or with people who really love us and care for us, because we've tried to build our career and things like that. And I mean, it kind of in this day and age, you almost have to do that. Think of how many people are really sacrificing quality time with each other because, well, you've got to work to survive, and we're barely even doing that. You know what I mean? We're barely doing any of that. And you almost got to have two people, or a household full of people, or, you know, to even sort of make ends meet. And I mean, pun intended, because you can't even afford meat these days. You can't afford food. And then when you do afford the meat, it's recalled. So this is an interesting, you know, times we're in. Why am I hearing nebulous? I'm hearing nebulous. What is nebulous? Out of nowhere. Nebulous. What does nebulous mean? In the form of a cloud or haze. Hazy. Well, that's how I feel. I feel nebulous. Is that correct? What does it sound wrong? I feel like my head is nebulous. That doesn't sound right. Nebular? Unclear, vague, or ill-defined. Nebulous concepts like the quality of life. There you go. That's probably why I'm hearing nebulous. I think of nebulous, like when I heard that, I've never even said that word. When I look at nebulous, I think of something to do with space. Or like, you guys remember that Disney movie? Was it Disney or Nickelodeon years ago? It was called Xenon. girl of the 21st century or something, and she was like, zoom, 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 make your heart go boom, boom, boom. It's almost bringing back PTSD. I'm glad to be celibate. What does it mean to be nebulous? Hazy, vague, indistinct, or confused? I don't know, maybe you're feeling a little confused, or someone, yeah, listen, someone on the outside of you could be feeling confused right now. I almost said Erica. Or maybe it's an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. It could be anyone, though. They could be feeling rather confused, or in this nebulous type energy, confused about you. But, like, what are you going to choose? What's your next move going to make? Where are you? You know, where are you mentally when it comes to them? I don't know. Someone could be confused when it comes to you right now, and it's because, you know, or you're confused. I'll tell you one thing. If you at all are in the energy of not being 100% on somebody, especially for my singles, maybe even in a relationship, if you cannot 100% count on someone, or you just don't feel that you can, if you're like 1 foot in and 1 foot out, meaning you aren't dead certain about someone during the near future or right now, for whoever's going to resonate with this, Aries or Aries cross watcher, you're gonna sacrifice that person. You'll cut them. I don't mean cut them, but you'll cut them off. You will, even if you don't want to. Even if you really kind of was pulling for this one to work, you know, and you really wanted it to, you'll take the loss. You will. You'll take the loss, because this isn't certain. To you, it's not certain. To you, you don't really know, and that's not okay with us right now in a world that's very uncertain. So you will move forward, even if you got to do it alone, or continue doing it alone. If, you know, if it means that you don't have to sit here and wonder if you can, like, really trust someone to, like, be in this with you all the way. Some of you, that may be the issue. You know, you may not know. You may not, even if you're in a relationship, you may not feel like this person's really a partner at some point. They're more so a child. Oh, wow. Meaning you constantly got to worry about them when you should be constantly worrying about your child or your children. And it's like, well, I can't, because my partner ain't really being my partner. And I understand people have issues and things that they go through, but I also have issues. You know, that's how I feel, right? I also have issues. So, you know, at the end of the day, we have to pull together for our children. And if my partner can't do that or whatever, I don't know. But a lot of you, I feel, you're single. And it might just be like where you're just, if you're not going to deal with no uncertainty right now. And if you really, truly do not think something's going to move forward with somebody, or you really don't know, no matter what they show you, because people can show you a lot of things, right? And definitely no matter what they tell you, because people can also tell you a lot of things. You can't discredit how you feel, you know? And something's telling you, I'm going to have to make the cut. So you might be making the cut, and you might be deciding to do something solo and alone, or continue doing something solo and alone, even if you really, really, really don't want to. Now, some of you definitely want to. You're fine. You've already done this. You're doing it on your own now. Been doing it on your own. You're totally fine. But there's something taking a hit, because your attention is needed more here for now. You know what I'm saying? And it's about finding the balance with both. And that's hard, because especially if you're moving around a lot. If you're constantly going, in my case, from here to here to here. Now, it's a temporary situation, I feel, until you permanently get back to where you want to go, or get to where you want to go. But other than that, this is temporary. But for right now, it's like balancing, you know, kind of like juggling the time between here and here and here. And then being, when you get where you're going, you know, making sure that you are able to accomplish what you need to accomplish here. Meanwhile, still taking care of this. It's it's a toss up, man. Like, you got a lot going on, Aries. You got a lot going on. Rather busy. Some of you could be really busy because you got a lot of different kids. Maybe you've got 3 or 4 kids, and this one's got this going on, this one's got this going on. You got one graduating, one about to go to college, one about to do this, one going to work, but they don't have a car, so they need to go back and forth, blah, 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 blah. And then this one's got a couple doctor's appointments, and they got therapy, and they got this. And then, meanwhile, you got to still take care of you, and then your family might need you, and then your spouse might need you. And if you don't have a spouse, maybe you got someone interested in you. They want to talk. They want to have a conversation, and you're like, I'd like to have a conversation too. I'd like to go on some dates, but don't look like I'm going to free up oh, look at the time. Looks like I've got another appointment to make it too. Like, you're constantly busy. And then where do we find time to work? You know? And God forbid you're a fucking entrepreneur. Because if you're an entrepreneur, good luck. Because, I mean, especially if you don't have anyone working for you and you're a one-man, one-woman army, which is probably how the majority of you like to have it. Not that you don't collab and talk to people and stuff. Some of you do, some of you don't. It's tomato, to each their own. Everybody has a right to do what they want. Not everybody is the same. But imagine if you handle it like like say you do videos. You're your lighting department. You're your editor. You're also the person who does the work. You're all of it. The sound department, the costume department, all of it. And so you have that on top of it too. Like, this is nearing a little bit of like overwhelm. You know what I'm seeing right now? You know, when it snows or when there's ice on the ground, is there something to do with like when you put like bags of sand in your truck or something so it don't slide all over the road? Why am I saying that? I'm also seeing somebody put cat litter down so that you don't, you know, is that what you do? You put cat litter down so that the wheels, like if your tires don't get traction on ice, you put cat litter down. Cat litter down so tires catch traction in ice. It says false. Cat litter does not act as ice melt for your driveway. Oh, I didn't say ice melt. It says you can use cat litter to help your car get traction on ice. It doesn't melt the ice though. Yeah, I didn't think it's melted the ice, but I definitely thought it does help catch traction. So it does. Well, maybe you guys needed to know that. I don't know. Spinning. Maybe this is just about like spinning your wheels. Spinning your wheels, spinning your wheels, spinning your wheels, and we gotta, in order to catch traction, we have to figure out what's gonna work for us. And you know, something's gonna have to get cut here. Snip, snip, snip. So yeah. Also, hold on. What do people use to weigh down the bed of their truck in icy roads? Heavy items, sandbags, gravel, potting soil, cat litter, rock salt, fifth wheel hitches, water bladder traction aids, whatever that is, drainage gravel, potting soil, cat litter, and rock salt. I don't know why I'm getting that. I just see the tailback fishtailing. I see a truck or a vehicle fishtailing. It's more of a truck in my mind's eye, fishtailing in really icy roads right now. I see it fishtailing. Like, maybe someone just doesn't know which way something's going to continue to go with you or go with you at all. Sorry guys, the fan is blowing my hair into my lip gloss. And it's kind of like, look, I'm still just trying to get traction of my life right now, and I'm kind of on my own with it. So you may end up spinning a completely different direction than somebody is expecting, and maybe it's away from them. But it's because someone's got to do it. I mean, you know, and it's going to fall on you. If you're in a relationship, I strongly feel that. I feel like your partner is, I don't know whether they're verbalizing this or being open with you about this, but they definitely don't know where this is going with you in the near future, because they may even realize that you've handled the majority of everything. Meanwhile, they're almost like falling apart or not being much of a help, haven't really helped the situation. Some of them, I don't know, maybe they can't help it, but some of them they can. I don't know. I'm just getting something like that's very specific, so it's not for everybody. But yeah, and maybe they feel like, okay, like, you guys ever seen shows where they're like running from people, right? Like, it's reminding me of Handmaid's Tale, in the very beginning of Handmaid's Tale, and it's this husband, this wife, and their daughter, and they're running, if I can remember correctly. And these people are after everybody. They're coming to take people and make the wives handmaids and all this. So I think, don't hold me on this, but this is just this is the show I'm getting when I'm seeing what I'm trying to portray, the message here. And I'm pretty sure he gets hurt. And she has to run with her daughter without him. That's what I'm seeing here. Somebody gonna have to get left behind, or someone's gonna have to get cut, because it's gonna slow up something here, or because it's like, look, I can't even give to you here because I'm handling everything over here. So, you know, unless you have a better idea, or unless you have another way that things can be, or unless you plan on being of like serious help to me, you know, because some of you don't know if you can all outright trust a situation. I don't know. And that's even if you have anybody in mind or you have a partner. Some of you, if you're not talking to anyone like that, or nothing seems to be like going in that direction, but maybe a little bit of talking here and there, it's just really talking. Like, you may be thinking, well, talk is cheap at this point. I don't think this is going to go anywhere. And also, I'm constantly on the move. I don't really have time for any of this. I just don't. So this is going to have to take the back seat, or it's going to have to completely get the cut, because I have so many other things to deal with right now. And my plate is full. Something like that. Oh, wow. I went way over. All right, guys. I think I'm going to leave it here. Yeah. You got a lot going on, baby. You got a lot going on. But listen to me. You're doing a lot better than you think that you are. Don't be hard on yourself. And whatever falls away, let it fall away. Whatever stays, let it stay. Okay? These things happen, and it won't last forever. You are in the middle of a transition, and this is kind of about like keeping our vehicle on the road and not fishtailing, which is going to be very hard. Most people would be in the ditch by now. So, yeah. So, oh, perfect timing. My dad just got back. All right, guys, thank you for being here with me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.